Kia ora, whānau. Welcome to the Guna Hub. I'm Amit, and I'm joined by my mate Nev over here, all the way from New Zealand. It's been a while. We're making a comeback. In the new season. Today we're going to talk about our transfer window. It's been a pretty successful one so far, and we want to just break it down for you quickly this morning. So over to you, Nev. How do you feel about the guys that we have already secured?
I mean, successful is a bit of a stretch right now. I think we only have Kipper, Norgaard, and Zubi over the line confirmed. So let's start with those three. Those three, I think, are three great pieces of business. I think Zubi he's going to be a baller for us. I think he's going to really change our dynamic in the midfield, and he's a tempo setter, and I think that's something we sort of missed with when we had Thomas Partey, or even when Rice plays there. Tempo setter were kind of missing. So I think he's a great signing. I think people are sort of sleeping on the Norgaard transfer, because I think that's a brilliant piece of work. Like, he's experienced. He comes in and replaces Jorginho, and I think he could even be better than Jorginho. He's a lot more physical. He's a lot more. It looks like he's a lot more confident to get in people's faces. So yeah, I really like the qualities that he has, and I think he's going to add something different again. Kepa, brilliant. We needed a backup keeper. 5 mil, can't complain. And he adds to our sort of Spanish contingent at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty like why I said it's successful so far is because this is kind of new territory for Arsenal. Like, we've got 3 guys already in before the preseason tours about to go, and then the other guys that are almost there, they're pretty much going to be signed before as well. So that fingers crossed, but that's why I feel like it's been successful. And like you said, especially guys like Zubi, who other teams have been after. He's one of the most sought after midfielders in the world at the moment. He's a really good player. I think he'll add a lot to our midfield. It just goes to see, the only thing I'll be worried about is how long it'll take to settle in into the Premier League, the pace, the power of it. But he's definitely got the talent. And then I think that's where Norgaard is probably a really smart signing, just to help with Zubimendi's, settling in, because Norgaard's already Premier League experienced, and like you said, he's got the strength, the power, the leadership qualities, everything that Jorginho had, but probably just a little bit stronger, and obviously like physically bigger. So just add to how, the signings that Arteta's done over the years, and it's just bulked up our team. We're pretty huge now. And then just
so
moving on to those
puberty, and now they're now they're all of a sudden 19 years old and 6 feet tall, and got a body of a Hulk.
We're like dangerous on corners and stuff and set pieces, is because everyone is tall. And then so those are great, man. And how are you feeling?
I'm really happy with those 3 signings, and I think also to mention with Zubi, you got kind of Arteta, Mikel Merino, David Raya, who all Spanish teammates that he can rely on to help him settle in. And let's not forget that there's also Rice that can drop into the 6, and I don't think that's where he's going to in the long run, but he can always do a really good job in there as well. I guess we'll see how it goes. Exciting. And then carry on.
So I was just gonna say, man. The 3 guys that we're pretty much there with. Let's start with. We'll go one by one because there's some big ones. We'll start with Noni, because that was a controversial one. People signing petitions and all of this, and all the vandalism that's happened. I kind of personally, before you go, I thought that all of that stuff was a bit of a stretch. Like, give the club a chance, and if the end of the window that's all who we got, then it was, justified to, do all of that stuff, to sign petitions and do all, but I feel like we didn't give the guy a chance, and we've, kind of often bad with a new signing. He's 23 years old, man, and to be honest, he's not a bad baller. Like, he's actually he's a
not
decent
at
footballer.
all. He's a decent footballer, yeah.
And I think the only issue
Yeah.
was probably the price tag for me. But that's me. What do you think?
Yeah, no, I think the issue with the Madueke signing is, first, the price point, 52 mil for another player that Chelsea is willing to let go. There's so much history between us and Chelsea that the fans, I think they're at sort of tipping point where they just don't want any more Chelsea signings. There's that with the 52 mil, and I think the fact that it's come before we've addressed our striker and our winger issues, or like, the marquee signings that we're hoping for, or that we've needed for a long time now. I think if Madueke came in the last week of the window, after we've got, Gyökeres and potentially another marquee signing, then I don't think anybody in the world would complain. I think it's just more so the timing and the price tag. But hopefully it now settles down, because it's been a couple of days, and, I think people are mellowed down now, because it looks like we're on the verge of signing Gyökeres, which is our next potential, almost over the line. So, I mean, that's the big one, and I don't think there's going to be one Arsenal fan that's going to be disappointed with that signing, because as long as he stays fit, because every new signing has some sort of curse that they come in and get injured, and touch wood that it doesn't happen to Gyökeres if we get him over the line, because Mourinho.
I was actually thinking this, but I was thinking that too, because it always happens.
Timber, even Havertz, Jesus, it's every new signing that we get that we're really excited about that sort of, has a bit of a stinker, but fingers crossed it doesn't.
The good thing is, like, I like the intent of Arsenal signing, especially Noni, because I feel like he's one of those guys that will break the low blocks, like, because he's so direct, and I feel like that's kind of showing from the club, the intent, and Gyökeres definitely marquee signing for us. We need.
He's the one, right? He's the one that's going to get us over the line. He's
yeah. So you're right. Hopefully he stays fit, but in all honesty, we've got a pretty good squad, already, and he's adding to that. So the good thing about this Arsenal team now, with all these signings, is we've got a lot of depth. So hopefully, fingers crossed, they all stay fit, and we can compete on all of the trophies, really.
Yeah. So those two are the ones that were about to get over the line. And Mascara, I think he's a really good signing as well.
Yeah, great signing, man.
Yeah. I mean, from the
potentially could be another Saliba in the future. I mean, I haven't seen him play too much, but the highlights and stuff that you see online, he looks like a baller as well. Really young. And we got Saliba when he was so young, and look at him now. One of the best in the world, and this guy's got similar potential. So yeah, great signing, great piece of work from Arsenal. So yeah, just lastly, man, what else do you think we need? So yeah.
Well, all the talk is Eze or Rodrigo as potentials, and I think if we got at least one of them, for me, this could probably maybe even be one of the best windows we've ever had, and I think that's a lot of the talk going on. Personally, I prefer Eze. Premier League proven, can play in a couple of different positions, and also every time I see him play, I'm kind of scared of him when Arsenal play Crystal Palace. With Rodrigo, he's obviously done a lot, achieved a lot. He's terrorized, but when we played against him, he was quite lost. In last season Champions League games, and for some reason I just felt maybe he's not the one. But 2 performances don't cover like the last other 100 that he's done really well. But if he can't terrorize or look to terrorize our defense, I don't know how good he'll be against the best teams in the Premier League or going forward. So for me, it's Eze, the one. How about yourself?
Yeah. No, I agree. Yeah, I agree. I mean, I like the intent, like I said, either of those. Rodrigo probably not as direct and has as much flair as Eze, so I get what you're saying. But yeah, for me, I feel like Real Madrid players that come to Arsenal, they all do well. I think Rodrigo, I've admired him for a long while at Madrid. I think he's the one that gives them the balance. He's the one that defends, also attacks. He's actually a really clever footballer if you watch him closely. So yeah, for me, I'd go Rodrigo, but as good as he is in terms of like the one-on-one situation, and he's got so much flair, I think Rodrigo will probably end up having more end product. But yeah, that's my sort of 10 cents. Either one I'd be happy with, and I think I like the intent. I think we should really go for them after we've got these 6 over the line, and it'll be the most successful window we've had for a long time.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's the transfer gist of it all. It's been a crazy few weeks, real up and down. So
yeah, I'm already kind of like pretty excited for the season. But yeah, keeping up to the updates.
Subject to all these signings getting over the line. If it all breaks down, then we're going to be pretty disgruntled fan base. More than normal, so.
which we don't want before the start of the season. So let's hope it all goes over the line. I think Andrea Berta is doing a great job. Thus far, and fingers crossed it continues, man. Yeah.
All right. Well, yeah. I mean, I think we both got to get going. So we'll check in once the signings are over the line, and fingers crossed it all goes to plan.
Yeah.
All right.
See you later.
The Arsenal.